All right, well, folks, here we are. We're in the draft room, and you know what? We took one for the team. As diehard sleeper fans here, we are on ESPN because we know that's the office leagues just get set up here. So here we are, 12-team PPR mock draft on ESPN. I'm drafting from the 12 spot. Brennan, you got the 7?
I do have a 7.
Nice. Yeah, I'm excited to see what kind of ADP discrepancies we have here. We're just kind of peeking at just a little bit the difference between this and sleeper. I think we're gonna have some fun with this.
Yeah, like the biggest discrepancy I saw so far is Brian Thomas Jr. Like he's 16, and in sleeper he's like the end of the first. So that's like something that I noticed right off the rip. I'm trying to see if there's like others that are just like really big discrepancies, and that's like, and then him and Nico Collins actually. Nico Collins is pretty low too.
God, you're gonna double dip and get Brian Thomas Jr. in the second, aren't you?
Well, I mean, you have back-to-back picks, so I mean, I expect you to take him, but I mean, but this is going a little. I mean, it's running back heavy so far. Obviously, Jamar is the first one, so I'm very curious. But now I'm on the clock, and I have between Puka, Christian McCaffrey, Genty, Amon-Ra, Malik Neighbors, Devon Achane. But I think for myself here, pick 7, I'm going to go with the guy that could potentially win you the league, and I'm going to go with Christian McCaffrey.
You have to do it when he falls right there to you. Three of the first
Yeah.
4 were running backs here over on ESPN. Saquon, Bijan, Jamar Chase, Jameer Gibbs going at 4, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, McCaffrey, and then Amon-Ra gets snapped up right behind you.
Yeah, that's what I figured so far. But I mean, I think you can take advantage of the discrepancies because I think it's like you could take like Nico and Brian Thomas Jr.
And here I am on on the turn, picking at the 12-13 back to back. Where do I go? This is unfair. I'm gonna go back to back running back wide receiver. I'm gonna get one of each.
Okay,
Oh, but it's hard not to take Nico, AJ Brown, and Brian Thomas Jr.
I
I'm gonna go
know.
ahead and take Achan here just to line up my running back. He was the one I was looking at. Oh man, now which direction do I go? Man, this is just I love this so much. I'm gonna let Brian Thomas Jr. fall to you. I'm gonna see if it happens. Give me some
Okay.
AJ Brown action. I'm really high on him this year. I'm excited for the Eagles to do a lot more passing in this season. So there he goes, back to back, Devon Achan and AJ Brown.
Yeah, it's funny. All my Eagles friends are telling me they're going to be more pass heavy this year, so I'm very curious to see if that is actually true. Because if that's the case, then I think AJ Brown's at a super discount.
They ran at just an unreal level last year. You have to see some sort of pushback, I feel like.
Yeah, and I'm on the clock here, so now I mean it's pretty obvious for me. I'm going to take Nico. I was hoping for Brian Thomas Jr. or Nico, and I got one or the other. So starting with CMC and Nico is just a great start for me. This is one of the things that you can take advantage of if you do ESPN drafts compared to sleepers. Like there's gonna be discrepancies, and who knows? ESPN could be right in their rankings. I mean, sleeper. I like sleepers rankings a little bit more, but I'm okay with I still have some leagues on ESPN, unfortunately.
I haven't had an ESPN league in a while, but I that might be changing this year. Running backs are just dumping off the board though. We're going into 2-9. Chase Brown, Bucky Irving has gone, Josh Jacobs, Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry. Very, very heavy running back here. But it also feels a lot like what you're gonna get with your traditional your family leagues, your office leagues, stuff like that. People hammer the running back position.
Yeah, running backs will forever be king in redraft. I feel like.
We got Trey McBride, Brock Bowers going at the 2-3 turn there. Trey McBride going at 211, Brock Bowers at 212. Josh Allen, our first quarterback, at 3-2.
This is right. That area is right where I expect the tight ends and then the first quarterback to go off the board in your redraft leagues. I feel like the pick 1 is going to have to sit there between, reaching at either a running back or wide receiver or just taking the tight end right there after getting Jamar Chase.
Which it's not a bad. We're talking about there's only really 3 difference making tight ends that are going there at the early that we're looking at. So if you have an opportunity at one of them, then you get to just punt the position. It's great. It's absolutely great.
Yeah. Let's see here. Well,
3 straight
Joe
running backs
Mixon.
for pick number 4. Looks like Brooke taking Jameer Gibbs, Kyron Williams, and Joe Mixon.
Yeah, I mean, but with having, I mean, it's only one flex actually, so this is a little interesting for me. So, like, I'm looking at T. Higgins, Tyreek, Ken Walker. I think Ken Walker is a little bit higher on this side than others. Like Marvin Harrison's a little bit lower here. Man, it's tough. I want to go for like the highest of high upsides, and I think Tyreek Hill just says that for me over T Higgins. I have a hard time taking T Higgins.
I do too. I was actually like combing through my rankings again yesterday, trying to make some of these adjustments as we're getting more of this camp news and stuff like that. I have an issue with wide receiver 12 through about 16, like trying to actually put them in an order. I'm trying to pull back a couple of guys that I don't have as much faith on. It's not working. It's not working at all.
Are you still taking T Higgins before JSN?
That was my issue. I had like T. Higgins, JSN, Lad McConkey, all like Garrett Wilson, trying to figure out who to put where, trying to like temper expectations a bit on Devontae Adams because he gets put in that mix.
Looks like you got to take T Higgins now.
Oh gosh. I might, which I'm kind of happy with. I haven't gotten a lot of T. Higgins this year. So AJ Brown, Devon A. Chan are who I'm starting with. T. Higgins, I guess, is a bit of a fall
That's
here.
a bit of a fall. That is a pretty steep fall in my opinion. I think like that's pretty comfortable. I'd be pretty happy if I was you at the pick 12 and I got T Higgins at the end of the third, start of the fourth.
Oh, interesting, interesting. Brees Hall would be top running back. You also have James Conner, Chuba Hubbard. Lots of talented wide receivers, though. Oh, Marion Hampton's sitting there screaming at me, too. I really want to take him. Let's take JSN, though.
Good,
I
because I
didn't
want
get any
Omar
Ken
and Hampton.
Walker.
Yeah, get out of here. I want Omar and Hampton.
We did get word,
Oh,
too, with not really knowing what's going on with Najee Harris. We still haven't gotten more updates. He evidently is in the facility. But Naeem Hines, yes, the old Colt, the guy that was it jet ski accident that knocked him out for the last two
yeah,
seasons.
I guess that someone rammed their jet ski into his knee and it took him out for 2 years.
He has now signed with the Chargers, so that's kind of a an interesting just layer, I guess, because if anything, like he excels at pass catching. I believe it was like 170 targets or 170 receptions he had through his first 3 seasons. That's pretty dope, pretty awesome for a running back.
All right, I'm on the clock here. I'm looking at Marvin, Mike Evans, Kittle, James Conner, Chuba. I mean, man, it's so hard not to pass on James Conner here, dude. Just to have him having McCaffrey, Conner, Nico, and Tyreek. That's just like the ultimate. Either I'm getting first or I'm getting last. There's no in between.
Oh man, no Rashi Rice for you? Come on, he's your boy.
I love Rashi Rice, but I think that suspension along. So I don't know if I told you this, but been doing best ball frequently. He is going at like pick 70 in
It's a bit
best
of a
ball.
tumble.
It is a very much of a tumble. Like his ADP has fallen. Like Quinshon Judkins' ADP is almost in the hundreds now. Who originally was like in the 80s. So it's not looking good.
Yeah, so Rashi Rice going here mid fourth. You can tell it's I think this guy's auto picking that took him there. So I don't really like it at all. But after that, we had Marvin Harrison, Mike Evans, George Kittle, R.J. Harvey, and Joe Burrow finish up the fourth round. On the comeback, we've got Chuba Hubbard going there at 5-1, Garrett Wilson, Xavier Worthy, Sam Laporta. Sam
Yep,
Laporta seems a bit early for me. Early in
a
the fifth
little
round.
bit. Yeah. So I'm looking at it. So I have DK, Devonta, DeAndre Swift, Pickens, Waddle, Aaron Jones. Honestly, again, the highest to high upsides, I'm going to go with DK Metcalf just because I feel like he is really the only wide receiver I think Aaron Rodgers can trust on the Steelers. And so I'll take it as my flex as well. So
Yeah, giving your team 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers so far through 5 rounds. I'm coming up here on the 5-6 turn. Players dropping off. Oh, there goes Waddle. There goes Smith. It's going to put me in a position here. Take a running back. Maybe not, though. Goodness, this is an ugly spot of the draft.
yeah, this is that I would say not the dead zone, but it's just very much like you're not sure what you're getting out of the running backs when you pick here.
And Judkins goes there at 5-11. That's,
You
come
don't
on,
have to worry
folks.
about that.
That's a
Yeah.
bad pick. Bad pick. Okay, I think I see the path. I think I see where we're going here. I mean, we're seeing highlight videos from this guy right now. It's not actually him, but it is the team that he went to. So give me George Pickens. I think the upside on this guy is just absolutely immense. All I'm seeing is, oh, I thought it said auto pick me Tony Pollard. I was like, what? What did you do? No, George Pickens. I think there's just so much upside with this guy. I'm moving Dak closer and closer to like QB6 for me.
Oh,
It's getting deadly. It's getting bad. Wide
look at
receivers, I'm looking
tinfoil
at
hat
Zay
on.
Flowers. I'm looking at Roma Dunze. I'm looking
Five
at
seconds.
Jamison Williams, Travis Hunter, but I'm going to take Tet McMillan. I really think that he is just going to get fed. This defense is horrendous for the Panthers, so I think we've got a good situation here. And I'm 5 straight wide receivers after Devon Achane, so I need to find some running back value as we get into these rounds 7, 8, and 9.
Yeah, and so I think this league here specifically is a full point PPR, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so for this one, I'm looking at Aaron Jones. He's good. I like it for that value. There's Roma Dunze, there's Tony Pollard, Calvin, Jameson. These are all kind of high upside, but I'm thinking for myself for a really big high upside guy, and he can be on my bench as well. I'm going to go Travion Henderson because I think he's going to be the most beneficial towards a full point PPR league.
I'd agree with that as well. Even Ramondre, he's known for catching passes as well, but there's nothing like that new blood when you get to, because Ramondre is an older guy. He got drafted. He got brought into the league a little bit older. I believe he's around 26, 27.
He is. I'm trying to see his age here. It doesn't show on ESPN. Way to go! Come on, ESPN.
Come on, you're showing bad clips on on ESPN this morning, and you're gonna go and pull this number on us. Quarterbacks jumping off though. We got Patrick Mahomes, Bo Nix going here in the mid-6th, and the Baker Mayfield kind of early in the 4 or early at 7-4.
I'm here on the clock now. I still don't have a quarterback or a tight end. I have Travis Hunter, who I like, Golden, Olave, Cooper, but I'm going to take another guy who's I think is perfect for full point is Chris Olave. Regardless of who's playing quarterback, I do like his situation.
David Njoku, Mark Andrews going, some more of these tight ends. It's that middle zone, though, folks. We're kind of avoiding that a bit this year. I've got tons of guys that I like just after that, so we're going to keep chugging along. Jordan Addison going at 7-10. How do you like that with his looming potential 2-ish game suspension?
7, that's not terrible. I mean, but with it being, a 2 wide receiver league, that's, someone you're kind of, just stashing on your bench, I guess, because you're going to have to start 2 other guys. So I'm not opposed to it by any means.
I got a problem.
What's your problem?
I got a problem. I'm taking another wide receiver.
Dude,
I'm taking Stephon
Diggs for Brian.
It's PPR. That's the only reason. If you have any sort of confidence in Drake May this year, you have to have confidence in Stephon Diggs just because that backfield is so bad. Ramondre Stevenson, man, I don't want to touch that.
You can go worse. You can go Javonte Williams.
You know what I'm going to do? Guy we talked about on the AFC breakdown. I'm going to take Travis Etienne.
All right.
Is it his job for the entire season? Maybe not. Is he going to be great? Maybe not. But I feel so confident that the at least first month of the season, he will get that workload that's how that works. So I'm okay with the draft, especially here in the 8th round. Give me a starter for a few weeks so I can patch together some hero RB strategy later on in this draft.
Yeah, and especially with where you're at too, you're in the back end. You have to you're reaching for somebody and letting someone fall to you. That's what I tell people at the 12 pick or the back. If you're the last pick, you are basically reaching and then you're taking someone that fell. That's like the best strategy you can have at that pick. So I'm on the clock here. I have Golden, Cup, Juwan Jennings. I mean, with that looming, not sure what's going on, man. It's really hard to take Juwan Jennings. It's really hard not to take Juwan. I gotta do
Juwan. I do like Ricky Pearsall just as much, but I have no problem drafting Juwan Jennings. I guess it's not necessarily looking at him full year, but the beginning of the year he has to be involved. Just between the suspension on Demarcus Robinson, we just got word that Ayuk there's no timetable for him. He's going to be involved. And this offense, they're going to be good. They're going to score some points. Defense is significantly worse than it's been in a while.
Yeah, and their schedule is very, very on the lighter side for sure. So I think with them playing a lot more not so great teams, it should help them out tremendously. So
a little bit of a run there with Juwan Jennings, Cooper Kupp, Khalil Shakir, Matthew Golden, Keon Coleman, Chris Godwin, Jacoby Myers, all going here at the tail end of the 8th. A couple running backs sprinkled in, Austin Eckler and Brian Robinson going back-to-back in the running back rankings here. Does it seem like people don't know what they want to go with, or is this a PPR we're leaning into Austin Eckler because of the pass-catching upside?
I just think there's a lot of hatred towards Brian Robinson for whatever reason. I just still don't understand it. I just think he's going to get a healthy workload. I would not like him in a full point PPR and half point. I think he's great. And I would definitely not take Austin Eckler before him, though. That's for sure. I'm on the clock here. So I'm between. I like Jaden Reed. Honestly, though, I'm going to take the guy who I think I have a little bit higher than most. I'm going to take Caleb Williams. He's my first quarterback off the board for
Nice.
me personally. So
And you let Ricky fall? What is this? What is this
yeah,
madness?
I'm hoping for another guy to fall to me too, but it's looking a little interesting with this auto draft here.
Dang. I was really hoping I could get like just a little bit of maybe like Tajay Spears, Zach Charbonnet. That's not going to happen. Am I just going to pound wide receiver? Because at this point, I'm looking at like Bashaw Tootin, take Bigsby,
Najee
um,
Harris.
Najee Harris. We don't even know if he's going to be on a team. I'm going to take Jordan Mason here. I get it. It's full PPR. This might be a bit of a undervalued pick in this format, but where my team's looking like, and I think he's going to be involved. Breakaway runs is going to be his thing behind this great offensive line, so give it to me.
Yeah, I agree. I like that pick. I mean, it's late. It's you're entering the 10th round. You're getting guys who you think have potential high upside because you've already cleared your starters except for quarterback and tight end. So
All right, we're going to scroll a little bit. I'm going to grab Roshan Johnson just because running backs are just.
reach.
Uh, Look how much the running backs are jumping off the board. I got to wait another 23 picks.
I think you could have got him 23 picks later.
I couldn't take the chance at this point. I have my running back room is scarce. It's hurting, and in this format, I need something there. So I'm going to take him here. Maybe a slight reach, but hopefully, as we get into week 3, week 4 a little bit, he establishes more of a role.
All
Jaden
right.
Reed, Michael Pittman, Jaden Higgins are going to go right before you. 3 guys that I love taking a shot on.
Yeah, so I'm looking at again full point PPR changes things for me. So I'm gonna take a guy that I really really like. I'm gonna take Jaden Blue. I think he's gonna be perfect for this full point PPR leagues.
Not worried about the lazy report coming out of camp.
Yes, I'm not worried about an ex coach who's not been on the team for I think over a decade spouting off something. No, I do not care.
Mooney goes right after that. Another great wide receiver here in the 10th round that I think just picking up value.
Yeah, on
Oh,
some defenses
I
now,
forgot
which
about
is like
defenses.
yeah, I do know home leagues. I've been in a couple where some guys really will take defenses here because like, oh well, I've already filled up some bench and this is like the highest ranking again. Guys, like I would stomp the table again. Kickers just went now. I would your defense if you're in a league with defense and kickers, I would just pick those as your last 2 picks. The other players are more valuable than kicker and defense.
And if you're drafting more than a week out from the start of the season, I wouldn't even draft kicker or defense at all. Pick up other players,
Yep.
wait for news to circulate because you never know. An injury could happen, and then all of a sudden you're great. Like I remember back in the day when, Le'Veon Bell, when he held out, I drafted Le'Veon Bell, but also happened to get James Conner. Just that's how it laid out. And luckily enough, I had that spot because I didn't draft a defense that I was able to grab him. So crazy things happen. You can pick up a defense the night before. It's not really something I'm sweating.
And I just picked Emeka Buka. I think getting him here in round 11 with all the news going around, I definitely don't think when it comes to your home leagues, I think he'll get taken a lot sooner, but I'll take advantage of the auto drafts and some other guys just falling asleep at the helm.
Goodness, running back is empty. Good grab Justin's Fields here. Let me take some high upside with my quarterback spot. I might need some spike weeks with my running back being a little weaker.
I mean, there's Isaac Garendo, there's Ray Davis, who's going to get working. I mean, there's your boy Luther Burden, who can take
I
a
do
snap.
like Luther Burden. Dang, look at those running backs. They're ugly.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Give me Ray Davis. Ray Davis was an older guy coming into the draft last year. We're still seeing James Cook. Reports are that he's coming into camp right now, but he doesn't know if he's going to be participating. So I still think Ray Davis will be involved, whether or not James Cook
Yes.
is there or not. So I just think the upside with him, give it to me.
So I'm looking at guys like, again, I already have my quarterback. I have full trust in Caleb. I still need a tight end. There's Marvin Mims, who's, I guess, getting run as the wide receiver 2. But I'm going to take a guy who was taken as first round pick. I might be a little bit of a homer, but I'm going to take Tyler Warren. I think he's going to be super involved. It's super late in the draft. I can, if he does suck for the first couple weeks, I can move on from him. I think this is a
I think
perfect time
it's a
to take
great
him.
pick.
Yeah.
No, I think this is the area where you take shots on tight ends. Funny to see Colson Loveland going ahead of Tyler Warren. It seems like he's fallen a little bit in Sleeper's ADP. I think he's tight end 14, whereas Warren is tight end 12. So
Yeah.
nice little cluster of those three. Because Dalton Kincaid, I thought I was out on him, but there was reports that he was injured for most of the last season. So maybe we were messing up by not going after him.
Yeah, so I'm back on the clock here. So I'm looking at some guys I really like. I like Kyle Williams. I like Josh Downs. I like Luther Burden as well. Again, it might be a homer pick here, but I'm gonna take Josh Downs. I think he's the best receiver on the Colts. So I just in full point PPR, I think it's perfect.
The discrepancy between him and Michael Pittman here on this platform is gigantic. It's crazy. Alrighty, so Justin Fields is wild and wacky. He doesn't have. Oh man, I was gonna grab another quarterback, but maybe I don't want to. The running backs, I just can't take any of them. I don't want them. Give me Luther Burden. We don't exactly know what his role is going to be. I think you'll find out very quickly in week 1 how involved he's going to be, and you'll kind of know a little bit more about how you're going to address him. But this late in the draft, I don't mind taking him at all.
The rumbles are he's supposedly Amon-Ra in his offense. That's what everyone's hoping for, but I don't necessarily believe that.
Why isn't it letting me take a quarterback?
I think you probably need to take a defense and kicker now, or no? Yep,
you need to get Strange.
Yep, there's your tight end. You have to do that, unfortunately.
Okay, we're down to our last 2 picks coming into this, and yes, ESPN makes you fill out your roster. Dumb.
Yes. Dumb. All right, so I got a pick here. I'm trying to find again, this is a huge discrepancy here. I just found the starting running back for Denver this late. It's not going to happen, folks. He's going to get taken way sooner, but
no,
I'm going to take J.K. Dobbins because Brian fell asleep at the helm.
It wouldn't let me search by running back.
Loser.
Dude, that's the last piece.
You go to all position. You go to player. Oh, you're on board. That's why. If you go to players,
no, when I was looking because I couldn't pick up any more running backs, it was making me pick. It wouldn't pull them up for me, which I didn't realize. So that's my fault. Know your platform, folks. Know your rules. You can only blame yourself. I mean, granted, you can blame everybody else, but when it comes down to it, it's only your fault.
All right, so
J.K. Dobbins would have. Oh, that would have been great for my team. I needed that.
I'm gonna pick a defense here. Chiefs play the Chargers week 1. I guess I'll pick the Bills play the Ravens or something. I guess I'll play the Pack. I don't even know. I try to minimize my care for the defenses. Usually, I will pick whoever is left and their week 1 matchup. If I like it, that's who I'm gonna pick. Because usually I'll just shuffle week to week on matchups. Who has a terrible quarterback? Probably should have taken Miami because they play the Colts. So.
Yeah, folks, if you want kicker and defense stuff, you're going to have to wait till week 1. Wait till right before the season because we're not really going to be talking about it until then because you know what? It doesn't matter. But I'll take your hint. I'll take the Dolphins defense. Oh, kickers.
I think this is the only time we're never mentioned kickers in the show.
No kidding. This will be the last. I'm going to bleep this whole part out, folks. We don't have to listen to it. Give me Jake Moody. Like we talked about the San Francisco, they should be in a good position to be scoring a lot. They've got a soft schedule, so lots of scoring.
Isn't he on the hot seat because he's terrible last year?
Isn't that every kicker? They took him in the 3rd round. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm going to take the dude, I guess, who's been one of the more accurate kickers, and he's on a very good. That's who if I have to play with kickers, give me him attached to my quarterback or anything else like that. So I guess I'll take Bucker. Typically, if I do have to pick kickers, I usually get them attached to my quarterback. So that way, it's also an extra point when they throw a touchdown. I get the full 7, if that makes sense.
I see you didn't want to touch Justin Tucker.
No, I think Justin Tucker likes to touch other things, so I'm good on that part.
This is true. All right, so there is our draft. It's all lined up here. I guess let's kind of scroll back up to the top. Check out your team. You got CMC, Nico Collins, Tyreek Hill, James Conner, DK Metcalf, Travion Henderson. And then as we're getting to the bench, you got Chris Olave, Juwan Jennings. How you feeling about it?
I like it a lot. I do think ESPN – I've done a couple ESPN drafts. I usually do them at the end with some of my friends. I have some leagues I'll join, but you can definitely take advantage of it from Sleeper and do very well on ESPN if you come from different platforms because you'll notice the discrepancies. Obviously, I took J.K. Dobbins with my very last pick and at 195. That will not happen on Sleeper. That will not happen in your home leagues. I'd be very curious because I have friends that are Broncos fans. I know for a fact I will not get them. So,
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where it would have, but this Roshan Johnson pick would have easily been J.K. Dobbins if I had seen him on there. That would have
Yeah, you
really
should have
kind of.
looked,
I
nerd.
thought I scrolled far enough. I clearly didn't.
Yeah, 195 is where he's ranked on ESPN, guys. That's
That's
super far.
wild. So yeah, my team's looking at
Yeah,
Devon Achane. I got AJ Brown, T Higgins, JSN, George Pickens, Tet McMillan, Stephon Diggs. That's great. It's great. Except I've only got the one running back. So with this build, I might be looking to make a trade here after the draft, maybe after week one. Travis Etienne to pair up with Devon Achane, I don't mind that. Jordan Mason, like I said, he should be a pretty viable piece, a 1B in this offense. And then J.K. Dobbins definitely would have rounded it out. But who knows? Roshan Johnson, it might be a 50-50, 60-40 split there for him and
it could
Swift
be.
for the Bears. They also have one of the best offensive lines, definitely the most improved over the last year. So that also sets him up for a decent position because a lot of his yards per carry last year was bad. He had a lot of goal line rushes. He was the one that was leading the team in goal line rushes. So that's going to hurt your yards per carry. So there's a few reasons that I'm in on him this year.
Yeah, I mean, I like your team. I think getting T Higgins super late helps. Um, Again, I think the hero RB for you with Devon Achane is just like that's the one that's like the biggest elephant in the room for you. I would say, like, I mean, we both love Devon Achane. He can definitely be a league winner, but also like he's a little tiny guy. He's a little small.
It's a fragile build, 100%. I'm with you on that one. If this was going deep enough, I'd probably be looking at like Jalen Wright, the backup behind him. He should get a decent amount of work. They've invested some in him, but I'm also not a big fan of taking your handcuff just because you're playing if. Lots of ifs on that.
Yeah, I'm okay with not
Just
taking handcuffs because I think there's other handcuffs that are a little more valuable than the handcuff you have. Just because Devon Achane were to go down, like I'm not saying Jalen Wright's going to be Devon Achane.
yeah, I wish they'd let me look at all the players that are left. Look at all those defense, all those kickers, folks. I'm telling you, your
Gross.
team's going to look significantly different if you wait on those two positions. Even if you don't feel comfortable not taking them at all, get them late, get them not often.
I don't play in leagues. I think there's only one league I have left that's a kicker, and I am the only lone vote every year to get rid of it, and I get just crapped on
Yep.
because somehow kickers are real people, and I don't understand that logic. I
Right. Yeah.
will
Same.
I will punch air if I ever lose in a final championship game when a kicker puts up 25 points because he had 6 for 6 on 50-yard field goals. I would literally punch air.
It's not cool. My home league has defense and kickers still, and I can't. I try every year. I sneak into the ballot of something we can get to change, and my wife, she's in the league with me. She will not let that stand. She has more fun drafting
Divorce
kickers
her.
than.
Divorce her. It's in the papers now.
Yeah, the league just loves their freaking kickers. It's wild.
Yeah.
Quarterbacks here, though, I like Kyler going in the 8th, Brock and Caleb in the 9th. It seems like great value. Justin Fields going here in the 11th. Where's Dak? This color
Dak
coding here isn't
went.
great. Oh, down here in the
Yeah, it's very.
14th. Him and Drake May in the 14th just seems absurd.
Yeah.
Like, I have both guys
The
in my top
quarterbacks flew
12.
off quickly. Like, I want to say Bo went a little more higher than I expected. Patrick Mahomes. Baker, I guess it's okay at the 7th. Like, and then I really wanted Kyler. I was hoping he was going to fall, but he didn't fall. Then I was between Brock Purdy and Caleb. The guy in front of me took Brock Purdy, or I think maybe it's vice versa. But Caleb and Brock Purdy, just like Caleb's a little bit more, in my opinion.
Yeah. And again, when we're talking about paying attention to your league, ESPN, a lot of their standard leagues, like if you don't go in there and change the settings, they put roster limits on players, which I've never been a fan of.
Super
You know,
annoying.
I was helping my mother-in-law last year. And I was kept telling her to try and load up on running backs. She goes, "It won't let me. It says I have 5, and that's all I can have." I'm like, "That's dumb. You quit the league and leave." But
Yeah.
just food for thought, stuff to look at and change for next year. But not bad, not bad. I'm probably
Yeah.
going to be dabbling on some ESPN this year. We're going to keep doing some more mocks on ESPN, some more on Sleeper, and a handful on Yahoo. But overall, I liked it. I was definitely intrigued by the way that laid out.
Yeah, when you go from like sleeper to that, and like you'll notice like the huge discrepancies, like we noted already. It's you can take advantage of it. Like you can feel like the smartest man in the room, but also like other guys will be if they only do ESPN, they'll look at you sideways. So
Oh
He was
yeah,
actually
oh
well.
yeah. You might get laughed out of the draft room, but wait till week 6, then you'll be the one laughing.
Yep.
That was awesome.
It
Nice. Another
was.
mock draft in the book. Folks, I can't thank you enough for listening here. Do all the stuff to help us out. Like, subscribe. Make sure you keep us rolling so we can continue to bring you more great content here. It's at too much underscore Brian if you're looking at me or looking for me. More information, throw questions at us, rankings, all those things. At too much underscore Brian on Twitter, at too much Brian on Discord and everything else. Brennan, where are you at?
I'm at Too Much B Milk on X. It's where I'll be actually just. I'm a phantom scroller. Just scroll through and laugh at things. Bond. I'm on there way too much.
Little joke here, little joke there, but all in
Yeah.
all, it's always football with us. But that's all we've got for you today. Again, make sure you like and subscribe and helping us out as you can, and we'll see you next week. Later.
Deuces.
I mean, is there ever a time when it's too early for a mock draft? I don't think so. Mock draft, baby! Yo! What's up, everybody? That's as long as I can go. It's Too Much Fantasy Football. Brian and Brennan back here for another episode. We've got camp updates and, of course, a too early mock. It's late July, but we've got to get it rolling here. We've been dabbling in some sleeper, but today, for you and all your office leagues and your home leagues that won't switch over, we're going to ESPN. We're checking out their ADP, trying to take advantage of it as best we can. How you doing today, man?
Doing pretty good. It's nice to switch it up from sleeper to ESPN. Maybe you can take advantage of some of the ADP discrepancies.
I have been a
About
lot more open-minded in these last couple seasons, starting to dabble into some more platforms as far as best ball. Now I'm drafted in several places. We had our drafters that we were doing earlier in the summer, dabbling a little DraftKings, a little Underdog, and of course redraft. I'll sprinkle in some Yahoo and ESPN.
yeah, I'm all for it. I'm all for different varieties. See what we like. Typically, I like sleeper, but it doesn't hurt to dabble in other things.
Absolutely, but we have a handful. I mean, it's news is going to be jetting out like crazy, so we're going to drop as much as we can to you in all these episodes. Starting off, let's go to Niners camp here, and we just got a report about Brandon Ayuk. Everything's looking good.
Yeah, there's no concrete timeline of him to come back. So, uh, guys like this, I've said before, they're off my board. This is the exact quote from John Lynch. They're not anywhere close to having a concrete timeline on when Brandon Ayuk will return to practice.
That's great. I think that's amazing personally, but that's also because this is Team Pearsall and Jennings over here. We're all
Yes.
for those other guys just feasting. Juwan Jennings, he's not requesting a trade, but he's looking for more money. I imagine we're gonna have both those fellas out there, but I mean, I'm snatching them up at their ADP left and right.
Yeah, I think if you don't have like an IR spot, it's gonna be very hard for you to draft IU, to be honest with you. Like if you let's just say, Brian, if there's your league does have an IR spot, like when would you take IU? Like at what round you're like, all right, like I can hold on my bench too long. Like what's the pick for you? Like what round?
14, 15, 16.
Yeah, it's probably where I'm at. Usually where I take the tight end, it's like would I rather have this like gambling high upside tight end or a guy I know that like is good when he's healthy. Just I don't know when he'll be healthy.
Potentially he could be out for 2 to 4 weeks before he gets rolling. And even when he gets out there, it usually takes about a month for those ACL guys to really get acclimated. Right now, he's going as wide receiver 47 around Jennings, Pearsall, Reed, Pittman, Mooney.
All guys that
All of
have.
those other guys will be putting up points the first few weeks, guaranteed. Maybe not the Indy guys. Who knows with that quarterback situation? But all in all,
I would probably
it's a wasted
say,
pick.
yeah, I'd probably say he gets going right around Halloween. Honestly, that's what I had to guess. If I had to sit there and like gun to my head situation, I'd be like, Halloween is when I expect him to be kind of back to normal. That's a long time.
Christian Kirk's going in the 15th. Would you rather have Christian Kirk or Brandon Ayuk at this point?
Oh,
I think I take the shot on Christian Kirk because they do have two rookies that they took in the second and third round. They're with
they
Houston.
did trade for him too, so
And it might take him a few weeks to get acclimated. Christian Kirk, he does well at what he does, and I don't I don't have any reason to think that he's busted. You know, he had injuries that he was dealing with. So my last pick, give me Luther Burden. He's going at the end of drafts. Give me that.
Yeah, I didn't know. I don't think you realized you made a joke with the whole busted situation on Kirk, by the way.
Yeah, unintentional. It starts flowing out.
Yeah, you finally got it. Okay, there you
go. What else do we have here on the agenda?
Positive news for the Ricky Pearsall's going to come off the pup in a few days because of his hamstring. So I think he'll be full go. Very excited. He's definitely higher on my board. I think he's going to be. I mean, you're either Team Juwan or Team Ricky, and I'm Team Ricky and Juwan. So we just got to see who's ready.
Whoa! I like them both. I really like. I love all of the Niners just because of most of the
Pick one first.
Are pretty suppressed.
Pick one first. You're gonna say Juwan.
Give me Juwan and PPR, Pearsall and half PPR.
I would go vice versa. I would definitely flip flop that.
Oh man, I don't know. Juwan Jennings, his first 3 targets last year were insane with him and Brock Purdy. So I think that's what pushes me just a little bit more to the PPR side.
Fair enough.
Colson Loveland, we're getting reports that him and the tackle that they took there in the draft are ready to go. They're gonna be rocking and rolling. So Colson Loveland going as tight end 14 and sleeper. He's going in that range that we're okay taking shots with. So I'm gearing up for some Loveland in my future.
Yeah, I guess like he's in that area of just like, you know, it's a gamble for the tight end. Like he could be good, he could be bad. Obviously, it took him as a 10th overall pick. So like people thought Luther Burden was gonna be a first round pick. Obviously, he became their second round pick. It's really, I mean, man, whoever gets it right for the Chicago Bears and whoever Caleb likes, you're gonna be a league winner for sure because we don't know who it is. Like, I'm not sure if it's DJ. I'm not sure if it's Rome. I'm not sure if it's Luther. It could be Loveland for all we know. I just, if you want to take a gamble on that, and I don't mind it because he's super late and he has first round draft pedigree, so I'm okay with it.
Tyrann Mathieu, it looks like he will be retiring. He's with the Saints. He won't be playing this year. So, defensive piece.
They're going to be bad.
They're going to be very bad. Very bad. It looks like all of the players have signed their rookie contracts. Oh, wait, nope. There we got two that haven't. Folks at home, you want to take a guess?
They are in the state of Ohio.
They are both in a state of unknowing as well. It looks like first round Shamar Stewart, defensive end for Cincinnati, still has not signed. And, of course, Judkins, we're still waiting for the legal process to happen before the Browns take care of him. But only 2 players that have not signed rookie contracts.
If you had a draft today, when would you take Judkins?
16.
Holy.
Maybe, probably a little sooner, but there's rumors and speculation about it could be week 8. It could be 6 to 8 weeks is what we're seeing with him. And usually suspension, you can't put him on IR unless you go in there and change that setting. I know we have it turned on in my sleeper league just because we had somebody throw a fit the year with Le'Veon Bell with his suspension. So we have it turned on, but most leagues don't. So with a player like that, yeah, I'll pick him up off waivers when it comes time.
And then obviously with him, Dylan Sampson or Jerome Ford, who are you liking more right now?
I like the unknown of Dylan Sampson. An explosive runner. He's pretty good between the tackles. He has talent coming out of that Tennessee offense where lots of yards, lots of points, stuff like that. But Jerome Ford, we also saw as he just soaked up targets in that offense last year. Didn't do a necessarily great job running the ball just because of how bad that team was, but several games where he was getting 6+ targets. So I think for me.
Yeah, I think Ford's cheaper, but Sampson's like the coin flip of like he could be good or he could be bad. I'll take I think I'll lean towards Sampson. And you can get him in double digits too. So both of them.
Yeah, I was going to say ADP will play into that too. Jerome Ford, it looks like he's going as running back 52 right now. Dylan Sampson running back 56. So we're going to see that move up 100% over the next few weeks. So that'll be something to pay attention to as well. Dallas.
Last bit of news.
Did you see the shots fired there in Dallas?
Yeah, you're referring to the ESPN?
Oh no, I'm talking about Jerry Jones, him running his mouth about signing Micah Parsons and
Oh
oh
yeah, dude.
goodness, dude. I don't know how
Yeah,
he fits his foot in his mouth as much as he does, but Micah Parsons is in the middle of looking for a contract extension. And Jerry Jones is throwing out the fact that he missed more games than he actually did, talking about making Dak the highest played player, and he still missed 2/3 of the season. Just it's bad game, bro. It's bad game. Go be a billionaire and shut your mouth.
he he didn't do this with Tony Romo, and he made him a paid quarterback. He didn't mention when he missed games, so I'm going to just say this: he does, like Rick Eisen said it on his show. He does treat this team like it's his fantasy team. Like he does
Hmm.
not care for actually. He just has fun. I wish I could have fun too, be a billionaire.
No kidding. Cowboys fans, we're sorry. I've loved to make fun of
Yeah,
Cowboys fans most of my life, just watching how most kind of maneuver. But at this point, I do feel bad. You guys have had so much hope, but I don't know if there's going to be any until Jerry's gone.
yeah. Two things here. One, we're on day 6 of we don't know what's going on with Najee. They're being very discreet. He has not practiced. There's no update on his eye. They just signed Naheem Hines. I don't know what to do with him. He's off my board completely. I think he's off your board too, right? Would you
Oh
say?
yeah, yeah. At
Yeah.
this point, too, most of what we're hearing is coming from the agent. Of course, the agent's going to make it sound
Oh yeah, he's
good
gonna boost
because
his guy up.
there's a potential that Najee just like he loses out on all that money because it was a non-football injury. So the Chargers, I mean, they are making plans that they may be moving on with the acquisition of Naheem Hines. Other running backs could be out there, but leave Hampton alone. Right now, this is exactly what we want. So I'm really excited for the Hampton buzz to keep building.
Yeah, there's a good chance that Hampton's gonna go very, very early if Najee Harris gets cut. I think he would be like right behind like Devon Achane.
Right now, he's going at the 4 or 5 turn, depending on the platform you're in. He's going as RB 17. Najee gets cut. Naeem Hines is signed. Maybe they sign another third-ish running, a
Stat
third string
back,
running back.
yeah.
Yeah, something like that. How high are you taking him? Or I guess
Taking
let's
him
play the
before
game.
Chase Brown.
Before
Okay.
Chase Brown. Okay, what about Kyron Williams?
Before Kyron.
Josh Jacobs?
Oh, the I like Hampton as a prospect, so yes, I'm gonna take him. And I think because the Chargers are the definition of a run heavy team, so yes, with Greg Roman, the offensive play caller, so yes, still taking him.
Bucky Irving, ninth running back.
Yep, still taking him.
Jonathan Taylor, eighth running back.
That's where my line drops.
Yep.
I know Jonathan Taylor's a very good running back. I know for sure Jonathan Taylor can break away. So I need to see it first with Hampton, but I know Hampton is on a run heavy team.
I'm right there with you. I think that he's not quite in the tier of those guys, but I would put him in the same tier with Bucky, with Josh Jacobs, with Kyron, and I'm taking him over it.
Yeah,
Dang, let's go Hampton. Let's go Hampton. I'm
let's
so
go.
pumped. We were excited about this leading out of the combine going into the draft. And I kind of wavered a little bit just because of the situation with Najee. But now that he may be out of there, folks, I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Any other
And the
news
very,
we need to
very
bring?
last bit of news. Yeah, the
What we
very
got?
last bit of news is Anthony Richardson's not on the pup. He's going to throw. They're just going to monitor it. So that's it. That's all I'm going to say. Just have to throw that little bit of news in.
All right, so folks, I know us as Colts fans. We're gonna unzip this. We're gonna pull out the fandom. We're gonna throw it off to the side. As a non-Colts fan, as far as a fantasy outlook, Brennan, who would you rather see be the starter, Anthony Richardson or Daniel Jones?
If I want a quarterback with high upside, Anthony Richardson. If I want the Colts other players, fantasy relevant wise, I'll probably say Daniel Jones.
I
So
like
it
that a
depends on
lot.
what I need.
I really like that. I think Daniel
Until I see it.
Jones. I
Yeah.
still think he'd have some upside. We've seen him do well with as far as his rushing and his throwing. So I think that'll be there. But Anthony Richardson has a higher ceiling. But as far as taking care of the Colts, I do agree with you. Daniel Jones would probably do the best job of taking care of all of our boys. All right, now we'll zip it back up. Fandom back here. Let's go, Anthony. Let's go. All right, that's all the news we have for you today. Let's go ahead and jump into this mock draft. It's starting up. Here we go.